Chrissy Swan Show.
Hey, if you're on holidays, well done. If you're not, definitely
Suckers.
definitely put Gloria on your list of stuff to watch.
Get you in that holiday vibe.
Yes, we are talking all things Sofia Vergara because she doesn't use something in her kitchen that I cannot live without.
And I can relate to her so much in this.
Of course you can.
And Swanee, one thing we didn't know about you until this year was that you made a cameo in Offspring, or something I didn't know.
Yes, and neither did anybody else because it was such a forgettable performance.
We're going to hear what happened on set.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Sofia Vergara is everywhere at the moment because her Netflix show Griselda is a must watch. Of course, I have not watched it.
Maybe like in the next fortnight, realistically, do you think you'll get around to it or not? I know you've got a nuts weekend, so I know you won't this weekend.
Look, fortnight is probably pushing it.
Okay.
By the time I die, I may have had a look. But she has given us a little tour of her house, and oh my God, it is exactly as clean and stylish as you would imagine Sofia Vergara's house to be.
Probably my second favourite celebrity home after seeing this full architectural.
What's your favourite? Kim Kardashian?
No, Kendall Jenner.
Really?
She's got a really sick aesthetic and vibe. Yeah, Tom's shocked. It's really cool. And Troye Sivan. It's between Kendall and Troye Sivan.
What about Sarah Jessica Parker's New York City brownstone?
Yeah, like it's cool, but it's not. I wouldn't choose to live
Maybe
in that.
too many cats for you in SJP's
gross.
house.
Pets in the house is just ugh.
I mean, I love looking in celebrity homes.
Oh, you should go to open
stop.
for inspections. It's just like going through a celebrity house.
No, it's nothing like that.
It kind of is.
It's nothing like it.
Anyway.
It's nothing like it.
It is.
No, it's not.
We're watching a YouTube video of 14 minutes of Sofia Vergara's house.
Yeah, who has allowed you to view it?
Just like people doing open for inspections.
No.
There's a sign out the front saying open and the door's open.
No, but
Looks like to me I can go in.
You're just doing this to annoy me now because you know that that's not for you. Anyway, Sofia Vergara doesn't cook. And this is a heinous situation for me because she's got a beautiful oven and she's never even turned it on. Have a listen.
This magnificent stove is La Cornue. I don't know anything at all about it because I do not cook. I don't want to learn to cook, but my son Manolo is great at cooking and he said that this was what I needed in the house. So here it is. I only care that it looks amazing.
Why would you get an oven like that if you never cook, or a stove? Why?
I know, but I kind of get it, Swanee. It looks incredible.
Yes.
Also,
Oh my God, I haven't told you. I've got a new stove and oven.
Oh, you haven't even shown me.
It is stunning.
What colour?
Black, a falcon.
Oh, I love it. I need to see a photo.
I cannot tell you how much I love it. And that's why it causes me pain that Sofia Vergara has this lovely thing and she doesn't use it.
She'd treat it like a piece of art, though, because what's 30 grand to her?
But it's not a piece of art. It's an oven and a cooktop. Use it.
No, she never has to clean it. She doesn't have to worry about maintenance.
If she doesn't cook, that means that she would not share my obsession with appliances.
You're like appliance obsessed, aren't you?
We were talking about this earlier, and I firmly believe that appliances are in my top 3 joy bringers of my life.
Right.
And I initially, just like anything that brings you joy, I don't know, it might be my Catholic upbringing, but you feel guilty about it.
Yeah.
I refuse to feel guilty about it. I love appliances and I will continue to buy them.
Do you have a favourite appliance?
I can't pick a favourite because I do use them all.
Right.
I've taken a photo of my appliance cupboard. And first thing that comes out at me is the pizza machine. Now, the gorgeous Jane Kennedy recommended the pizza oven to me, and it is amazing. And it means that you can buy your pre-prepared pizza dough bases and make beautiful wood-fired pizza.
Is that the red one you have?
Yes.
Yes, they make an elite crust.
I've got they do. I've got 2 different pasta machines. I'm the proud owner recently of a waffle maker. Of course, the NutriBullet. I've got the plug-in can opener because my wrists, I'm an old lady.
Yep.
I got that from the Australia Post shop, which is the best shop in the world.
I remember the day you walked in and purchased it.
I've also got the electric wok. Do you remember when I bought that? That is amazing. It gets very hot.
Where do you fit all this stuff?
I've had to clear out an entire cupboard, and sometimes I just stand in front of it and weep with joy. I love appliances, and I feel like people buy them and then they don't use them, and they need their love reinvigorated.
Yep.
So here's the thing. I'm opening up the appliance usage hotline. What appliance have you bought and you were hot on it and then you've forgotten about it? Let me reignite your passion.
I love this.
For this. Alternatively, I'll tell you to just take it to the Vinnies. I'm very brutal.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
We're talking appliances. It is my interest area. In fact, if I was ever on one of those sort of specialty quiz shows, I could either do Taylor Swift as my interest area or appliances.
I think Taylor Swift you would actually know more about because it's scary how much you know, but I'm glad we know what option 2 is.
I forgot to tell you in my inventory.
Yeah.
I also have an ice shaver and a spiralizer.
I remember you showing me the spiralizer. It's scary. The spiralizer looks like something a murderer would use.
Absolutely. And I am a murderer.
Do you have
So that's good.
Do you have a soda stream?
No, I've never been able to work out the soda stream. I would love to.
Same.
And I'm surprised you don't have one because you're mad for sparkling
No,
water.
mine broke because I overused it, so I need to replace it.
Oh, you've got to get one.
That's my only appliance in my house.
That was always a sign that, like when when you're growing up and people have like an ice dispenser in the fridge,
Yes.
you think they're rich, or a second store, you think they're rich. If you had a soda stream, man, you were like
You're doing all right.
billionaire. All right, Tony, what is your appliance and why don't you use it?
Our appliance is a rice cooker that we bought 3 years ago and have never used. And we don't use it just because there's just 2 of us. Like, I just think it's much easier to boil a pot of water on the stove and put the rice in there.
All right, have you considered making a risotto in the rice cooker? Yes, you heard me.
Risotto. I kind of generally buy a packet and eat it that way.
Okay, Tony, I can't help you, I don't think. The sort of person that buys a risotto in a packet is not on the same page as me in terms of appliances. The rice cooker that I have, I use all the time. It also makes great porridge. Are you a porridge eater?
No.
All right, I'm going to suggest that you put that rice cooker in your boot, drive it around for 9 or 10 months, and then eventually when you remember, I think you've got to donate it, Tony.
Yes, that is a consideration that I have had.
I think you must.
You've got to do it, Tony, and we're going to send you a $100 voucher to the Good Guys so you can go and purchase an appliance you'll actually use.
Oh, what a great prize, Tony. May I humbly suggest a pasta machine? All right, Kathy.
Hi, Christy. How are you?
Look, I'm so good because you are about to use the words soup maker in a sentence.
Yes, I hounded my husband to buy me a Melio soup maker, which I've seen on the morning show. And I hounded him. He ended up getting it for me for my birthday 2 years ago, and I've used it once.
Now, why have you only used it once? Is it because it's unnecessary or is it because it's too hard to use?
No, it's actually really easy. It chops everything up, it heats it, cooks it. I just haven't had time to
What,
do
to
it.
plug it in?
Sort out some recipes and stuff, but I've promised him I will start using it.
How much is it? Is it an expensive outlay?
It was $250.
Yeah, that is a lot. That is a lot for something that you're not going to use.
And he keeps telling me that too.
Okay, you owe it to yourself and the soup maker and your generous husband to give this until the end of winter, Kathy.
Good.
I promise I will.
You have got till the end of winter and I want you to call me back and tell me how you've gone.
I will.
As well as also, I want you to contact me privately on Instagram if you have it, or via email or whatever. I'll get your number. And I'm going to give you 3 recipes, soup recipes, tried and true.
Awesome. Yep.
And you're going to make them and get back to me, okay, Kathy?
I will, I promise. That'll be great.
All right.
We're also going to send Kathy a voucher to the Good Guys because I'm feeling generous.
I'm just trying to think of what I would recommend. If I could have $100 to spend on more appliances, I would be so happy.
No, you don't need that. No, we should be giving your appliances away.
Never enough.
Let's finish with Bianca. Bianca, what appliance are you not using?
Hi, guys. Well, in my house, we've got the funnest, well, I thought it was fun, popcorn machine that sits on a cart and everything looks like movie popcorn. But my kids would rather eat microwave popcorn because it's so much faster.
No, Bianca, you must stop both of those immediately.
Oh, don't get me started, Chrissy. They really get me when they put it in the microwave and I hear it popping in there.
have you gone to the supermarket and bought a Cheapers Chips packet of Rivera brand popping corn in the red and blue packet?
No, you know everything. You're full of all the info today.
Can I tell you, Bianca? In fact, I'm going to get it. Give your address to Tom. I'm going to send you the answer to popcorn. It is the cheapest and best option. You will never use that machine. Get rid of it, and you will never use microwave popcorn again.
Okay, hook me up, Chrissy.
I'm going to now.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Yesterday, we were talking about the new judges on The Voice. And one of them is Kate Miller-Heidke, and she is famous for many, many amazing things. But this song is just one of the greats. Anyway, we heard it in the studio, and it immediately took us back to our television addiction, Offspring. Now, Offspring was the most important show of, 5 or 6 years, I reckon.
And people still talk about Patrick's death to this day. My auntie does. I still have never watched the show, but last night, Swanee, I went home and watched that scene on YouTube, and it made me cry. And I've only seen 5 minutes of the show.
And you didn't even know the backstory.
No.
I mean, not a word of a lie, I'm still not over it. And that was 10 years ago. It was 10 years ago. So I was talking to Tom, who is also an Offspring fan, and I said to him, showing off, I said, so did you like my cameo in there? And of course, he stopped watching after
Patrick passed.
Patrick died. So he didn't see me on Offspring. And to be honest, sometimes I think, did it even happen? Because it's like a dream come true. I've never acted before. I've never acted since. I mean, let's face it, I wasn't acting then. But I promised you that today I would talk about it and how it happened.
You always allude to some memorable moment, but you've never told me what it is.
I mean, look, I don't know if I can do it justice. Let's get Kat Stewart on the line. She played Billy Proudman in Offspring, an absolutely unbelievable actress. Hello, Kat.
Hello, Chrissy.
Now, you were there when I made my debut.
I was there, and it was amazing. You were brilliant. You were poised. You were professional. It really happened.
Can you give an inkling as to how many times the director had to say cut and why?
Well, look, it's as you say, because it was 10 years ago, and my memory's not super sharp, but it was. I think it was very early on in Series 5, and we killed off Patrick at the end of Series 4. So it was raw. It was raw, and the great thing about having you on the show was that you were really involved in the show, and you did have to give a speech about Nina being a single parent and the tragedy she'd been through. And I remember you. If only they'd used it because it was brilliant. You did tear up a bit, and you had to go again.
I sobbed.
And that wasn't in the script.
No. And then I had to stop down to all these amazing actors on set. And I had to say,
God.
I am so sorry. I'm just not over Patrick dying, and I can't talk about it like it's okay.
Do you remember how many takes you had to do?
I reckon I took about 5, Kat. 5 or 6.
But the thing was, Chrissy, the thing is, we, as actors, we strive for authenticity, and, and that moment where people don't want to see you cry, they want to see you try not to cry, and you totally nailed that. Like, you were great. Unfortunately, that wasn't a scene they wanted you to do, but it was brilliant.
No, it wasn't. And, it should be no surprise to you or anybody that was on set that day. I have never been asked to act again. Thank you so much for collaborating my embarrassing story, Kat. I'm going to catch up with you soon. I cannot wait.
Can't wait.
Bye, gorgeous.
Thanks,
Bye.
This is the Chrissy Swan Show.
I really feel like hearing the most unpopular opinions in the universe.
Sweeping statements, Swanee.
Oh, God, we love these. If you've got one, slide into our DMs.
Yeah.
You can find us on Instagram, The Chrissy Swan Show, and tell us what your most unpopular opinion is.
And whilst you're there, give us feedback, because before 4 o'clock today, we're going to be going into Chrissy's correspondence, Swanee.
Yes, and make sure it's juicy. Eviscerate our appearances.
Be me.
Yes, please.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Time for this.
Swan's sweeping statements.
I had one up my sleeve, but I'm changing it.
Ooh, this is exciting.
It just came to me. Schools these days require too much parental involvement.
Yeah, okay.
I don't want to be there, ever, actually. Like, I never want to set foot in my kids' schools, ever. I've got no business there. It's not my school. My obligation ends at the signing of the EFT.
Yep. I get it, Swanee, and I don't want to offend any parents here listening, but I remember being in school, and I remember, like, still to this day, the kids whose mums and dads were always there were, like, a bit cringe. Like, we used to talk about it as kids, like, oh, of course so-and-so's mum and dad are here. Or I remember my parents being like, oh, of course those parents are standing at the gate again. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not cool for the kids. Let your kids be their own people.
Absolutely.
And talk for themselves.
And also, I feel like I respect teachers and educators so much.
Yes.
That I'm going to let you do your job. I don't want someone in here all the time telling me what to do. I don't want that.
No.
I don't want someone watching. I want someone to trust me that I know how to give away Taylor Swift tickets and nights at the QT.
Yes, exactly right.
You know, what's your sweeping statement?
My sweeping statement is people that lick or suck on their knife after eating a meal should be removed from restaurants. Because I find it so jarring and triggering. Half because it's just gross and, like, did you grow up in a tent?
Who does that?
So many people do it. Tom does it. It's foul. So,
in
like,
public?
yes.
Tom, you do not.
No, he does, Swan. And it's just like, who raised you?
Aren't you worried about becoming like a lizard man, like from Jim Rose's
Thank you.
circus?
No, I've had a lot of practice, so it's fine.
No, it's
What?
foul.
With good precision.
But what do you lick off a knife?
I just love sauce.
See, that's just...
But you could use a fork, or you could even mop it up with butter.
I mean, sometimes I do.
But you lick a knife at a restaurant.
I mean, not at a fancy restaurant, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't do it if I was sitting opposite you, surely.
Yeah, that's possible.
But yeah.
I wouldn't do it at a nice restaurant. Depends. I definitely do it at home.
I think it's...
I think I might do it at home.
No, see, that's gross, and that's where the behaviour begins. We've got to nip it in the bud and stop it at home.
Oh.
And also, I'm worried for people that if they're at a restaurant doing that, I don't want to see, like you said, someone having to call 000 because your tongue's split
No,
in
but
half.
generally people that do that are absolutely professional. I've just realised I absolutely do that because as we were talking, a little thought bubble came in of me standing at my toaster with the bread knife that my gran left me, covered in peanut butter, straight in the hole.
Oh, no, it's
Straight in the
dangerous.
hole.
Exactly.
What is your sweeping statement?
I'm disgusting.
AKA your unpopular opinion.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
You know, my superpower is linking anything and everything to Taylor Swift.
Yes.
That was Calvin Harris and Florence Welch from Florence and the Machine. Calvin is a famous ex of Taylor's, and Florence is doing a collab on the new album coming out very soon.
I think she should, like, Taylor should release the song with Florence as the lead single.
I agree. Hey, let's do this.
Swan's sweeping statements.
You're listening to the Chrissy Swan Show on Nova. I forgot to say that because I was deep in Taylor conspiracy theories.
No, you said it.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I mean, what is going on with me? Let's do sweeping statements, unpopular opinions. You think people who lick a knife need to be shot. And I think parents really do not need to be at school anywhere near as much as the school's request or other parents' request. Well, that suits me because I never want to go there again. Carl, what is your unpopular opinion?
Okay, my unpopular opinion is, have you ever seen and noticed on American TV shows and movies, they never use a knife. They're eating pancakes or breakfast, they'll just use a fork, and then they continue talking, but they never use a knife.
Yes.
They always cut with a fork, and I think, just pick up the knife and go and cut the pancake or the sausage. And, there's nothing simpler, and it drives me insane, and I've actually seen people doing it in Australia now. And I'm thinking to the kids, just pick up the knife.
Yes, Carl. And I think that there was a specific American invention called a splade, I think it is.
Yeah.
And it is an official piece of cutlery that combines the purpose of a knife and a fork.
We had a splade growing up that we'd often use. Like, Mum had a splade sort of row.
Yeah, I don't mind them.
Yeah, I think they're cool.
Not
Hey,
boxing, but fair enough, Carl. I hear you.
Carl, we're going to send you a Priceline Pharmacy voucher. Let's go to Morgan.
Morgan, what is your sweeping statement?
So I hate how everyone keeps using the word era. I overheard someone saying today, "Oh, I'm in my Pilates era," and I feel like being like, Taylor is the only one that can use those words.
I'm guilty of using era. Because I am deep in my vlog era.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stop saying that, I think, in honour of you, Morgan.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to try.
Priceline Pharmacy voucher for you, Morgan. I'm kind of with Morgan. I find it annoying, but Swan, you're okay because you only use it for that one thing, right?
Yes.
You don't say, I'm in my water era, I'm in my radio era. You only use it for your vlog era. So that's okay. I think you can have one era.
I think I have, if I can only choose, I have said I'm in my hermit era. But that's been going on for a
That's
long
forever.
time. Yeah. All right, let's finish with you, Natalie. What is your sweeping statement?
Hi there. I firmly believe that people who go into great depth and detail about the book that they're reading need not exist. That's how strong I feel about it.
Yes.
Yes, I agree. I'm a voracious reader, but I don't want to hear what you're reading.
Exactly. So am I. I love my books, but can you put anyone to sleep faster than going through all the details? You just need to summarise and say, it's great.
It's the same. It's the same vibe as someone telling you their dreams. No one cares.
Oh my God! Or the new fitness regime that you're doing. It's just like.
Oh my God! I agree, Nat.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's have a look in the mailbag.
Chrissy's correspondence.
Please send us your emails. Anything that you want to talk about, trust us. We want to talk about it too.
Hit us up at the Nova reception or slide into our DMs at the Chrissy Swan Show.
Do you know what the that's something we haven't got onto. We've been on the air now for over a year.
Because no one really
We've
uses
never got an
email.
email.
You just slide into the DMs. It's so much easier.
What do you mean no one uses email?
To troll us, it's easier. I would be more inclined to troll someone on Instagram than an email, and we want negative feedback. So we're giving them the easy option, Swan.
This one is for Jack because Chrissy doesn't drink anymore. That's right, baby. Over 3 years.
Oh, yeah.
Can you believe it? You know, I remember very clearly the night before I
Decided?
I had my, the night that I had my last drink.
Oh, yes.
Waking up on the 5th of February and going, I cannot do this anymore.
Yeah, right.
I felt like the vampire Lestat from Interview with the Vampire. Like, just sick. And I just went, I can't do this. I am too old for this bullshit.
You've
so I
done
stopped.
a bloody good job because I have that feeling every Sunday morning too, but by Thursday night, Swanee.
I know, you're getting a taste for it. This one's for Jack because Chrissy doesn't drink anymore. The Twister drink at Bilson's tastes like a cyclone icy pole. Get on it. Or, community service announcement. You can just buy a cyclone from the Coles. I could eat 8 in a row of those things. I could.
Let's do it for the socials.
Also, this is another one for you. Ebony is not happy about the shade you throw on our Queen and Saviour, Taylor Swift. Ebony says, tell Jack those bracelets aren't silly.
Oh, yes, they are. You're an adult, Taylor. I'm not wearing a friendship bracelet to watch you sing songs.
You really don't deserve to come to the concert. You really don't, Jack. And I know that you are going to go, but I want to hear from you the words, I really have no place at that Taylor Swift concert when there are people. I'll tell you something to make
I can't remember all these words.
I will see if you have a cold, dead heart or not. Last night I was looking in my DMs.
No, I know what you're going to say.
Do you?
Yeah. Yeah, we're not doing that on air.
Yeah, we are.
No, we're not.
So this is the you need to understand what it's like at ground zero of mothers, specifically mothers with daughters.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot get tickets. And our whole lives we have been trying to make our children's dreams come true, and we can't do this. It's out of our control. I'm going to tell you a story. On yesterday's Taylor Swift competition,
yeah,
we had a woman on the line Her daughter is a massive Swiftie, 10 years old as Peg. I mean, I'm really putting this on, but
So is everyone's.
you've got to understand this.
So is everyone's daughter.
Just shush. Imagine they're in the car. You were a child once. She's dialed the radio station and, oh, my God, that feeling when you actually get through, you can't believe it.
And she stuffed it.
And then she handed the phone over to her mum and said, I can't do it, even though she would have known all the answers. Her mum's on the phone trying to win tickets for this girl. The mother gets it wrong.
Well, she's going to have a flat weekend.
Stop! The mother gets it wrong, and then you just go, probably on a sound effect and move on to the next caller. Meanwhile, dissolve the screen. What's going on in that car is that child has had to get out of the car sobbing. This is a true story. Something that you did.
Okay.
And Tom.
Drive her to the Macca's and buy her a Happy Meal and tell her life's not fair.
She was crying in the toilet. Have you ever cried in the toilet over the unfairness of the world when you were in grade 5? I have. It's not a good feeling. And yet you are happily going to scan a code at the MCG on Friday night and take that spot from that child who is weeping in the toilet, and you're not even going to wear a goddamn friendship bracelet.
No, I'm not. But you know what I will do is just guzzle that free champagne in Swan Swift Sweets.
You are disgusting. This segment is over.
I can't
I'm going to
wait.
write you a letter. Dear Jack, you suck.
Hey!
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.